Thank you so much again. Pleasure to have you also be with you today as well. Inshallah, today's topic it will be about FinTech, RegTech, covering the technology and the startup and the cybersecurity part itself. We will speak about the financial technology, the history, some details about the information that usually it's happening. This is me again. I don't need to show it again. So this is the course agenda. Starting from introduction, then we will talk about the impact of the FinTech in the financial services. What is happening, how the financial service accepted or it didn't accept it, what's the challenges, and what are the technologies that usually is used within the FinTech domain, and the common characteristics of the FinTech startups, what is the common between them, what the challenge they have, what they are doing, where they are covering area, and the most important part, which is the cybersecurity in the FinTech part. Because any security, any new technology, any product, any startup, definitely it cannot live or survive without caring about the cybersecurity term and part itself. Okay, so starting from the introduction, as we saw that FinTech terminology now start repeated in the last like 2 years, most frequently, but the technology or the financial technology, it's already running since almost more than 50 years, 5 decades of innovations. It starts since 1950s, and this industry, it's been introduced many of things from the beginning, starting from credit card, data analysis, new form of risk assessment, any other let's say innovations or new area that come and covered within the this domain itself for the last 50 years, and there is many of change happening, and in the last few years it's been expedited more because of the maybe situations, innovations, technology, acceleration itself, and so on. And the RegTech concept, which is the regulation technology, that which help the firms itself work within the financial service industry and meet the compliance rules. So if they meet the compliance rules, they will be able to introduce their technology within this financial services technology itself for that. So as a definition, the term of the use of the financial technology is a relatively new concept of many consumers. They know it as a financial service. They know it as a product or a payment system or any, let's say, other terminology like stock investment, education investment, maybe even part of it is retail banking. All of these fail under the concept of the FinTech part or within the sector and terminology of the FinTech area itself. Even so, we saw a lot of startups lead this in an innovation way, like PayPal, let's say, like Stripe, Atom, Funding Circle, and many of others platforms that already run in this domain since a while, or they recently been started and been, let's say, change the concept of the financial system within the part itself. So the advantage here that we can see in this technology, it's really make the, let's say, the equation change in the financial service, because the financial service mainly depend on the banking system, central banks, or any other regulators or let's say financial institute itself. But here, when they start interacting with a startup or companies or some other innovation idea and start integrated with the financial system and be in between the customer or the consumer and the, let's say, the financial institute, it make a lot of change, enhance the service, rewrite a lot of, let's say, way of interaction between people, better than I go and send money locally from the branch of the bank or the exchange. I can do it from the mobile, and the mobile will be a medium between me and the exchange system and the bank and the transfer process. So it include many things: operation from investing, borrowing, saving, banking, and everything for that one. So as we can see, the current state of the fintech industry, it starts with the market, let's say the market, the existing market itself. As you can see from here, there is a very big percentage coming from the startup, because this is a new concept being re-innovated and came to the market based on restructuring of a service, restructuring of communications, and so on. But these innovations of the financial services, it's come with multiple facts. The first fact mentioned that traditional financial institutes are believe that the fintech, it will be really do a disruption to the technology, to the industry itself. It will be change a lot of rules, a lot of communication, a lot of way of work, mindset of the people, and everything. Sometimes we was hearing from people that I don't trust. This maybe since 5 or 10 years. I don't trust to put the money on the bank or going transfer money from online or using my credit card online. But nowadays it is something obvious. You cannot change this part of it. Another fact that there is a lot of investors start supporting the idea. Once you go and mention that I have a startup idea in the fintech domain, you'll get a lot of attention, because they know that this area is growing very dramatically with the peer-to-peer or business-to-business models and industry itself. In US itself only, it have almost like 63% of the total investment is going to the fintech technology or financial industry itself. And another facts also that startup companies be able to generate almost more than $1 billion in US and China, which is the biggest two countries using the financial technology. So you can imagine this is $1 billion technology. And as of last year, almost they be able to generate maybe double of this number, because of the COVID situation, and the development path was rapidly changed, and a lot of services being running from the customers, and the fast adaptations happening from money transfer, payment, saving, borrowing, or insurance, or anything else from that one. And many other facts like having new technology also support the fintech technology, like the data analysis, like mobile development, the fast adaptation, and having this type of technology now available in the market and can support the fintech also, the artificial intelligence, the analytics, and the blockchain as well for that one. And the most important fact is the regulations that also start increased in this domain, especially into the digital authentication, data storage, the money launderies or the ML law, know your customer, know your transaction, crowdfunding, cryptocurrency. All of these regulations also start coming to the picture when we talk about fintech technology itself. So here we need to define who can use fintech and who cannot use fintech, or fintech is not proper for them. Okay, based on some research, any digital service or active customers or consumers, they can, sorry, not customers, it's consumers, they can use the online services. They definitely need any financial service to facilitate the communication between them and support the availability of the mobile device, cloud services, cloud-based services, and support the secure communication and transaction between them. And the most biggest partner market, as we said, is US and China. And recently we saw that India also is part of this type of equations itself. So there is a lot of supporter for the fintech technology or proponent them that argue that advanced mode, let's say, that advanced engagement or development in the domain of the fintech encourage a lot of entrepreneurs to create more choices, more accessible financial market, like let's say trading, online trading in different way, in different area. Also the technology and the data with the big data and with the help of the AI or with the help of with the blockchain, it's accelerate and increase the growth of the economy and create a lot of jobs for that also, and even make let's say the engagement or the facilitation of the service much easier when you want to obtain a mortgage or purchasing an insurance. All of this now it's very easy. You can do it from your mobile within the application that support the financial technology or financial services itself, and you can do it immediately with no problems. Now, with any new technology coming, definitely you need to regulate it. You need to find a proper way to control it, because without controls, without compliance, there is a lot of risk and challenges. We will face it with the existing system, with the banks itself. Okay, so there is many risk coming to the bank themselves, like their business model. They stand that there is no competition between them. Okay, and they turn out to be unsustainable. Just I'm running this service, I'm having only this service by myself, and you have to have it with me. Like let's say lending.
Mr. Rami,
Sorry. Yes, please.
do you allow me to interrupt now?
Yeah,
Just because I want things to be clear to me before we go forward.
definitely.
When you talk about fintech now and you're referring to the banks, can we consider the online transaction through the credit card and these things is considered as a fintech? And we need some example that we deal with it, so it will make the idea more easier.
Yeah, definitely. As I mentioned at the beginning in the lecture, that fintech technology starts since 1950 with the financial services itself, and credit card or transactions and all of these systems is part of this, but it is old-fashioned fintech technology service or product or anything is need to be mentioned. Now, a part of this one, there is innovations coming. There is a new idea coming in the payment. There is, let's say, in the lending, which is the borrowing, into the crowdfunding. Many of things coming into the idea that I don't want to depend on the banking system. I can make a platform, okay, from a couple of investors or some people of investing have some money. They can invest in a crowdfunding with a startup idea or with a school innovations, re-innovations, or with, let's say, a loan for studying or loan for car. So investors can go to this lending platform without return to the bank. They can just invest, and the one who need the service, he will put his request onto the top of this platform, and they will do the facilitation between them. Now, the transactions, maybe the money or the whatever is happening in the back end, it will go to the bank, but not the facilitation, not the identification between the people and all of these. This is some examples, and we will, with the lectures, and we will go with more details and with more examples for that. So
Sorry, Rami. Just yeah. Can I just ask a question just to make it clear? You are saying this is according to my understanding. The fintech, it is a technology that is done by external body. It's not done by the bank itself. This is what you are saying.
no, actually it is a
يعني
mixture, but it can be covered with the external body like startups to facilitate or make a platform to make something easier. Yeah, let me give you example about one of the, let's say, previously when you do insurance in UAE, you need to go to the insurance company, okay, and ask them about the price, and they give you the quote and everything. Now, no, there is an insurance market or another application that you put your car details, and from there, it will do the analysis and ask the database from many of insurance company about your car details, your requirement, and give the result automatic. You don't need to go and do it manually here in this step.
Yeah.
So this makes
Okay,
facilitation
so this,
from program. Yeah.
Yeah, so this platform will save my right when I want, for example, to do any online transaction with my bank. For example, my bank is HSBC. I will go to this platform. I will do subscription or whatever. HSBC, they already have this surface, the fintech surface, regarding, for example, as you said, loaning, etc. So this platform is responsible about all the transaction between me and the bank itself. Yeah.
Yes, it's facilitated. So the program, you register on it, you will put your details, okay, and once you find the proper insurance car offer from company X or Y or Z, and you like the price, you get the discount, and you are ready to do payment, the platform will facilitate the payment through your bank using your card and be in the middle between you and the insurance company itself. So this is how it's working. So it will verify your identity, verify your card, you have a balance or you don't have a balance before they do the payment to the insurance card. So yeah, so this is how it's work, like in the middle, yani platform in the middle between you and the service, and supported by payment gateway or bank or anything. Sometimes they don't use bank directly. They might go with a PayPal, and PayPal connected to the banking system. Sometimes you need a loan, and I want to check your identification, your rate. Maybe you get a loan before and you don't pay for it. So I want to check your, let's say, payment. You are continuous payment. You are good. You have good history and all of these. So here in this case, I will connect to the specific regulation or specific, let's say, central bank or the regulator that who control this history about your mortgage, about your information, and it will ask him the question, identity about you and everything, and will return back with answer that you are in the safe side to give him mortgage, or you are not paying your previous mortgage, or you are not qualified. And this will be happening in a second. Why? Because this is an automation system. I don't need to ask you, give me all the paper, give me a reference from this bank, where is your salary is being installed, and all of the other details. I will take it manually and I send it to the central bank or the authority itself to check your credit history and return back to you in a few days or 1 week or whatever. Now, this process can be happen automated in the lending or let's say crowdfunding or whatever the other platform. So it's matter of facilitation. The platform from a startup, from company, from government, whatever who develop this platform, it make the integration and make it like marketplace, let's say as an example. All the insurance company come, put your offers based on some categories, car details, history and everything, and I will link these details to a payment gateway with a bank and customer database and make sure that this is secured transactions. No one can compromise it or other details. So this is type of transactions is happening all online and with a seconds it can happen in order to be done. So here the type of enhancement that we are getting in the financial market or institutes, that there is a lot of impact happening, that flexibility is there, let's say fast transactions, fast checking, online availability 24 hour, checking about the history within a couple of minutes or something. You don't need to have like waiting list and wait for verifications and everything. All of these things is happening now much faster. So you can get a loan or you can do insurance payment within a few minutes or 1 minute or more. So this type of process get enhanced. But still, the banking face a challenge here, that they still, again, is some other FinTech programs or technology that is coming, because if it is not regulated and is not serving within the banking sector regulations, they cannot allow it. They cannot adapt it for that. So it needs to be run within a regulation technology or regulation within the country itself, within the region itself, let's say country like UAE or region like GCC or maybe regional Middle East, depend. Maybe I can put a lending based on the conditions that no one out of UAE can take a loan or mortgage only from UAE residents. So I have to check the residency details and all of these based on the central bank regulations. Or let's say if the one of the rules of lending or mortgage, that if you are from Europe countries, there is a specific condition need to be applied. Or US countries, also another set of regulation need to be complied. If this system that coming from startup or organization not support this type of regulation, as an example from this regulation, the banks cannot accept it, cannot accept even the transactions, because based on that, they mentioned that this is maybe legitimate. This is not within the country policy, within the central bank policies and all of this stuff. So there is some conflict, there is some risk on the bank, on the FinTech technology or FinTech startup themselves. There is a challenges still. Regulation is most important part itself, from where this FinTech company or product came up, which regulation is applying, UK, Europe, US, other countries, maybe Asian countries, you don't know. You need to verify it before you approve it within the country itself. Okay, so from here you can see what I already spoke on it, the effect of the FinTech on the banking industry itself, like in new laws and new regulations itself. So there is a drivers is happening and pushing this technology, like increase resilience on the technology, increase the interconnectedness and complexity, less economy of scale in IT application. You have a lot of options today. You can do it. One of the application that is coming also, like very great ideas coming to the UAE market, that anyone can invest in the property with a small amount of money, and the facilitation always happening within the regulation of the UAE, and owning a piece of let's say a piece of property, shares, property with shares and divided between people. So there is a regulations being changed in the country or adapt in order to run this such application and make people flexibility to invest very flexible. So regulatory responses here, either they refuse it you cannot operate in the country because it is against the law, against the regulations that we have it, or they cannot commit about it, like cryptocurrency. Some of the fintech can use cryptocurrency or using cryptocurrency, but countries, they don't mention that we are accepting this. They mention we accept commodities, but is it under the crypto or not? They don't mention it clearly. Also, the risk about the money launderings, about the legality of the transactions, governance, all of these things related to the farm itself, who built the technology itself. You can see the regulations running in multiple areas. They need to consider the risk, and you need to get response from the regulatory about you can operate or you cannot operate very easy. It's not like an application or e-commerce website that I just run it integrated with a PayPal and everyone can just buy and use it. No, this is something it's more complicated and need more attention from that one. So where is the fintech is not the answer, or it is not being it cannot be used over there. Some domains like insurance can be covered in the insurance, and some other area in the insurance it might not cover. Again, the main part that is run here is the regulations, is the way of the transactions is happening, from where, the size of business, the size of transaction, where the adoption is happening, the owners themselves, the associations, all of these things is considered when it's been applied itself here. And the future, definitely we are seeing many of things has been having changes. Collaborations, first of it, collaboration that they can, let's say, as a bank, I don't want to build my fintech system because there is many fintech systems there, but they can open the door for any fintech system to integrate with them, okay, within the regulation that they can support and all of these, which is called somehow is like open banking itself, okay, which give more choices for the bank clients to deal and work with the third-party companies by handling over all the data users and application interface like the APIs, integrations, and all of the details. And even with small banking, still willing to jump within the fintech and run a specific application related only to them, okay? And this really, it can happen easy for them, and it's already done by some banking, and integrate their mobile banking application within a specific service. Let's say I can go to my bank, I can pay the insurance payment to this company that I dealt with them in another application because they give me a code there and told me go to your bank and pay the payment from there. Or I can pay another bill for my schools, kids, for my anything. I can do it because they are facilitating, doing the partner between them and the other gateways or the data integration between them. And the trend, the regulatory technology or RegTech is also eliminating the concept of let's say concept of the data flow itself by using advanced technology, big data analysis, cloud computing. The data is the factor to move between any technology. Okay, so this is why is the data is the currency of the age, this time. If you own the data, you own the knowledge, you know exactly how to operate, especially let's say in the big data analytics using the AI, and as one of the examples we mentioned yesterday, in the crime detections, and if you collect multiple data source or data sets from multiple area and your area and do the analysis much faster using cloud computing data, you will be able to respond and give answer immediately. This is why when I want to check or give the authority to the borrower or the application to check my history or credit history and the payment, or if I have some problem in the old borrowing or old loan itself, it will take them like few seconds or maybe few minutes to return back to me an answer you are qualified or not qualified, because they are connecting to the big data of that company that do the analysis on you and have your history with your permission and with a specific period of time to apply and reply to you. Also, there is a futures coming called banking as a platform, or PAP, which is continuing now evolving by gradually replacing some traditional centering approach and business model for the existing banks itself. Okay, and mainly it's working also under the open banking, which is anyone can do banking or similar functionality of the banking itself, and this is a BAP concept, or banking as a service itself for that. So let's say that talking also more details about the impact on the financial service or the impact in the financial institute. So the main impact of the FinTech coming under or fall under four sector of the services: payment and transfer, personal financing, alternative financing, and insurance. So any banking, any financial institute, they are mainly running under these four categories in general. Okay. So as you can see, starting from the payment and transfer, and for the e-commerce, let's say as an example. Okay, so e-commerce is a very simple concept and very old concept. It's not part of the new innovations, which is I have a merchant who receive the payment using a payment gateway, and the process communication between the merchant bank and the customer bank itself in order to facilitate the secure online transactions. So the credit card, okay, under this one, is the popular online method for the payment gateway. Okay, this is the first technology of the FinTech. It's been used since long time, which is the credit card, followed by PayPal account. There is some merchant or marketplace that you can pay for your goods or services through PayPal. PayPal is a company. It's work like in the middle. You save your credit card there because you don't trust to put your credit card in every store because it might compromise. Okay, so I don't want to put my cards in like 100 store. I will save it under my account in PayPal. It gives me one account. I can store like 5, 10 credit cards, and the PayPal will facilitate the transaction to a specific card between the PayPal and the bank of my card itself. So once I go to the merchant and I will pay for my grocery or for anything, watching movies or anything, it will ask PayPal or would ask me to give an authentication to PayPal to facilitate this order. Then it will go, PayPal ask you for a password, put your password to give the access, secured access, no sharing for the credit card, nothing, only your email address. And once they get request, it will go to your bank, deduct the amount, and return back to the merchant itself and facilitate the process. All of this happening through the APIs, which is the program interface softwares developed between the e-commerce site and others. And you can see many companies also working in that domain and they are almost facilitating billions of dollars. It's a little bit old, it's like 2015 calculation, but if we mention it as of today, it's give you more than of like 10, 20 billions of dollars. One of the good companies, which is TransferWise. TransferWise is one of the companies that give you a local bank account in the US. So if you want to do any transactions within the US that they don't accept transfer to outside, so you open a TransferWise and a bank account in US. It's a virtual bank account. It's not related to any physical banking, but it's come within the regulation of the US, and it's used within a specific conditions itself. So once you open the bank, you get the ID, you get everything, and you can do any transactions between local merchants or any service within the US. And you can link the US account from TransferWise to your local account in UAE, Bahrain, any country in the world itself, and they do the transactions. So this also make a global transfer system for flexibility of the bank itself. Okay, and another part of the payment and transfer, there is a mobile transactions, mobile banking, part of the mobile transaction and transfer, which is the mobile banking application. Any bank today have, let's say in the GCC mainly, have a mobile banking application, okay? And they have the mobile wallet as well. Sometimes I can deposit some amount in a wallet, okay, and put this wallet with the bank for transaction, for specific remote or digital wallet or cloud wallet or anything. This terminology used usually with the cryptocurrency transaction and all of these remote payment itself. Okay, and also.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Okay, till now I didn't understand the digital currency. Is it like a different currency, international one? It is not related to any country? And I can purchase goodies using these currencies?
Yeah, digital currency is something like the same fiat currency. It's linked to this fiat currency, but you use it digitally. So it's related to the bank account, linked to the bank account, linked to the wallet, linked to the whatever you deposit from your credit card and so on, and you use it on border transactions, cross-border transactions. So it's something issued by a bank or regulators or any of these companies that they generated. It's not like the cryptocurrency. It's a little bit different and have some problems of double spending and other problems that they've been faced in this technology. And this is why people start think about the cryptocurrencies, not only Bitcoin, but other cryptocurrency tokenization system.
Okay, my doctor, because I didn't understand the concept of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency and comparing it with digital currency. Mm-hmm. So digital currency, this is you're using your AD, for example, in the UAE we have dirhams, right?
Yes.
In the UK we have what they call it? Let me see it. Pound. So this, you in the digital currency, you preserve your country's currency, right? But you actually,
yes, central.
You purchase same, okay, and you purchase things. I mean, using the technology or the internet. So.
Yes. Yeah.
How different it is from cryptocurrency, and whoever is developing it, I mean, like how they can purchase different goodies using cryptocurrency.
Right. Digital currency mainly, as you mentioned, this is linked to the traditional banking system or centralized. Yeah, let we link or define it based on a centralized or decentralized. Centralized meaning that a specific bank or authority, they generate this digital currency. Okay, what the meaning of this? This is a single point of failure. It can be attacked, even it can be manipulated. Yani, let's say I am a bank in not US or any other country, let's say a bank in any country, okay, and I want to print currency or issue the currency, and when you want to issue a currency, you need to link it with the gold or some commodities itself. So because you don't want to make problem in the economy itself. So it's controlled by authority. It can be managed, it can be manipulated, it can be stolen, it can be fraud, anything it can be happen. The cryptocurrency model came to avoid the centralized. They mention it is a decentralized. So no one can attack it very easy. No one can play or manipulate the facts on it. Once the data go inside this blockchain network, it cannot be changed because you don't have the control on the network itself. And this is the strong of like Bitcoin. Bitcoin, when it come under the blockchain technology, it is an application of blockchain. Okay, they have the public key, private key, they have the ledgers, the public ledgers, the verifications, and all of these details. And it is issued by miners, generated, non-centralized. So no one's control it. Yani if I want to control Bitcoin, I cannot. How to control the cryptocurrency? You need to control 51% of the network of the cryptocurrency itself. So imagine Bitcoin is being distributed over all of the internet as nodes, as a network to be generated and save the database over there. Now, you need to make down of 50 or control of 51% of this network. And it's like the company. If you own 51% of the shares, you own the control of the decisions, the firing people, hiring people, everything by yourself. The same is the cryptocurrency. You need to own 51% of this one. So if you Google it, very small, and in the Google, mention how much cost the 51% attack per hour. It will give you Bitcoin. You need to have like more than $400 million per hour in order to control the Bitcoin network. So this is the complexity. This is the let's say the trust that people give it to the cryptocurrency and the strong value proposition of it for that one. And again, it still have problems because it is not regulated. It is not allowed by the government or whatever is the regulations against this technology. But this technology came to solve a lot of problems of the centralized concept, even the problem of the digital currency and issuing something not related to the economy. It have limited supply. It have no control. It cannot be attacked. It cannot be go down. All of these functionality that came with the cryptocurrency itself. And Bitcoin is like one of them. Sorry?
Like a banking system. It's not really a currency. It looks like a banking system.
It is open bank. We mentioned it is open bank. Yes, open bank system. For
where
that.
you put your own currency. Like for example, if I was from UAE, then I would have dirhams in this cryptocurrency chain, right?
In the cryptocurrency, you mean?
Yeah.
In the cryptocurrency, you need to build the technology. You need to link this technology to a use case, and based on the use case, you generate the cryptocurrency. Let me give you an example about UAE and Saudi Arabia currency. It's called Central Bank Digital Currency. It's called ABIR. So this currency will be used between UAE and Saudi in order to do the transaction between them within the trading part, not trading only the logistics or anything for economical part. So this is a currency called ABIR created based on the use cases, which is transaction between UAE and Saudi Arabia within the industry, within a specific industry. So let's say another example, China, maybe 2-3 days, they announced that also they generate central bank digital currency, which is built on the cryptocurrency network that they will do transactions between the inside. They support their currency. They want to go out and not link their currency to another currencies, linking the currency with others. So I want to be independent. So when the country or someone generate a currency, they need to link it to the service, to the product, in order to generate this type of currency, and you need to use this within this domain. This is why Bitcoin is not related to anyone. It's only decentralized. Anyone can buy it and save it, and they can do trading, and this is why the price is going up and down. You cannot control this one. It's risky. But out of other cryptocurrency, it's related to a specific use case and some limitation of the use within a specific platform itself. But again, this is a future currencies, still not approved, not regulated in many of countries because of these reasons. Yani, if this currency is being issued and I start remove the link between my currency with the dollar or with the sterling or with the other, this will be destroyed the other currency, right? And it will open even the door to the money launderers, to the terrorist activity, because if I can save this money with an identity that cannot be traced, okay, in my wallet, and I can send it to someone in country that's banned, or someone in tourist account, and he want to do like drugs or people trading or anything, I can't do it. No one can monitor me. This is why it is these currencies still not fall under any country regulations, and it is risky to work on it for that part. And I hope the terminology is almost clear. The cryptocurrency domain, it is very big domain to be discussed, and it's really need more details to understand the protocol, the use cases, and other details which compare it to the digital currency or the fiat currency, and how it is linked to others. Okay.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Welcome. And another part of the payment and transfer is the peer-to-peer transactions, which is again fall under the cryptocurrency or the payment or the main terminology of the cryptocurrency, because here we don't have banking system, okay? Because it's peer-to-peer. I send the money to Dr. Samar, it's directly. I go and send money directly. There is no middle. My money will go from the wallet X to wallet Y. There is no exchange. There is no central bank. Nothing. As of today, today you want to send the money to Jordan, to Egypt, to anywhere in the world, you need to go to exchange or open your bank account and transfer money to another bank in the IBAN details and so on. It will pass through your bank and the central bank of the country, sender and the country receivers, then go to this process. Peer-to-peer transaction, it's not doing this. It's like you are bring money from your pocket, you put it in the hand of the other guy directly, no one in the middle. And this is a very risk to the banking system itself, and it's not monitored under the money launderers or the other activity of regulations itself. But this help to do fast transactions, cross-border transactions, and make the payment, or let's say the fees of the transfer, going very minimal. So and in the cryptocurrency example, they transfer like more than $400 million within 2 minutes to another wallet across the borders, and it cost them like $10. So imagine the $400 million you want to transfer it from UAE to any country outside. How much you will pay? Okay, to the exchange, how much time it need? Do you have the limitation? How much you can transfer? To whom you are transfer? All of these type of questions, or from where you bring this money, why you are spending there. All of these questions you can imagine when you transfer this amount of money in a traditional way or traditional banking system itself, but into the peer-to-peer or the cryptocurrency, it's something minimal over there. Cross-border, meaning still I need to use the transactions and the payment between countries, between companies, financial institute, individuals, to one or two more parties itself, by using either traditional system in the banks or using a specific application to transfer the money through, let's say, transaction system, or exchange system, or other application. Now, when the fintech came and start increase a lot of use over there, the service, as of today, the banks start adapting a lot of service to enhance their service and go with the trend. Because if I do sending through a payment gateway and it's reached in 2 hours, it's better for me not to go to the bank that need 3 days to facilitate the transactions itself. Okay, so also this will help support the business to business or B2B payment across the borders itself. Another part of the payment transfers is the we mentioned here, the mobile transaction, digital currency, peer-to-peer, and cross-border. Yes, and the personal finance. Personal finance, which is using a service to help me to make better decision about tax, accounting, spending, investment, retirement, estate planning, let's say. Anything can help me in order to do this one. One of them is the robo-advisors. Robo-advisor is a platform, or let's say a robo or an algorithm that running automatic based on the data and some big data and some equations, some possibilities, probabilities, everything, and it asks you questions to understand your situation, what you are looking to have, then it will give you advice. So it's replacing the normal advisory people or financial advisory people, because this when you want to reach to a level of financial advisory to a specific person, you need to understand very well about the market, trades, anything related to the wealth, and how you can support the vision and the requirement from your clients itself. When came the technology of robotics advisors, it's happening through application. It don't need involved human interaction or experience. It do analyze the market, like e-trade platform or application. You search on it. It is e-start trade. This have a robo advisor, service that allow users, let's say, to put a fund and ask, I want to invest in this market. It will tell you that this market is not good to invest at the current time. It's because it will go down after a specific while of time. This type of analysis, human cannot do it. It will do based on the big data available on the internet itself. So the robo-advisors give a very good new opportunity in the wealth management itself, either for the business or for the consumer themselves, by automating the let's say the saving, the financial management cost, any other details that anyone have some money and you want to invest it and doing it. Mobile trading also. I can do the trading today with the application. I can just deposit the amount from my credit card, transfer money and everything, and start doing the trading and buying stocks across borders, either local stocks, either maybe cryptocurrency or US or European stocks or anything, based on some investment advisors or robo advisors. And the same application I mentioned to you, eStar Trade, they are doing also the same of the mobile trading itself. and personal financial management, which is also a software that can give you the account. It's like accounting software on a mobile. So you can put your income, your expenses, your budget. It will calculate to you the tax, your spending, diagrams, some based on some analytics or AI or some let's say features within the application to give you the future vision about your financial situation and how you can decrease a specific spending and increase a specific saving in order to reach to your future let's say the plan itself. And another part of the alternative financing, which is the let's say I want to have income from different way. I want to get a loan, or I have a money and I want to invest it somewhere, or I want to do invoice and supply chain financing. All of these, it can happen through the crowdfunding platform that most of the entrepreneurs, they are using it. Crowdfunding is like a platform that link between some investors that they have money and they want to invest maybe in a startup or in a specific case for that, and in the platform they put the case, the idea that they need the money and how much money they need, and they offer to them let's say a reward, specific reward or equity. You can take a share from the startup themselves if you pay a specific amount, or maybe you ask for a crowdfunding just for donations, or hybrid between all of these that can happen. And this open really a very good ways to get the money and invest the money. I need to support my project, my case, I go to the crowdfunding platforms. I have some extra cash and money and I want to invest in it. I don't want to keep investing just only in the property or into the stock market. I just go to the crowdfunding and invest in the startup for that one, or in the lending platforms, which is alternative lending. All of this is going out of the banking system. I don't want to return back to the bank and ask them for a loan or asking for support me in my case, because there is a lot of regulations, a lot of conditions. I cannot comply with it, and there is some people, they can afford some risk to lose some money or to get some money, because as an investor, okay, I can just go and invest in a small company like $10,000, $20,000, and it might get success, this company, and return to me like 200, 300 of maybe millions of dollars. And this is cases really happening in many of a startup that success. But there is another risk that you can go and invest and you lose all of your money. The risk is there, is over there. Okay, and invoicing the supply chain, like invoicing the finance, the supply chain themselves, and so on. And the last part is the insurance, which is the automation, mobile, peer-to-peer models, all of these. The example that we mentioned, I want to renew my car insurance. It's automated. I don't want to search. It's there, application there. You just put your conditions, your requirement, you get the price, the codes, everything, you pay, done. That's it. This is the easy life that start happening. Last part, which is what the technology, it's work with the FinTech. One of them is, we already mentioned, is about cryptocurrency, blockchain, and we will see. RegTech is the baseline of this technology, which is the regulation technology, which help the firm working in the financial service industry and meet the financial compliance rules. Which rule? The the AML, which is the anti-money launderers, know your customers. There is also new terminology coming now, is know your transaction, to monitor the transaction itself. Because how I can monitor your ownership of the cryptocurrency? you don't buy it or you don't make money launderies for the cryptocurrency and so on. It can be done because it's an open platform. I can monitor the transaction sending from source to destination. I will ask you about this transaction from where you get it, and I will put it in a system called Know Your Transaction. I will monitor all the sequence of the crypto from where it come. It might come from suspicious activity, well known about this domain, and it can be rejected based on that. All of this coming within the machine learning and the AI concept and integration with the technology itself. Cryptocurrency, we would explain it in details, how it is known, how it works as a peer-to-peer system payment, and it is built into the blockchain system that have many of functionality of distributed ledgers and work in many service or many product or use case, to help and support the decentralized concept and maintain the security, maintain the transparency, maintain many of functionality that centralized concept or centralized database or authority failed to support it. Insurance tech, which is the insurance technology that support is related to the technology to simplify and improve the efficiency of the insurance industry, which is part of it that we mention it, and how you can gain into this domain with the traditional insurance firms. So you need to, these companies of traditional insurance company, they need to come and learn how to integrate and change their system to integrate with the insurance tech, with the same example that we mentioned. If you are not part of this technology, if your system is not part of this technology, definitely you will not be part of the other applications that build for the FinTech and support the insurance market itself. ICO, or the initial coin offering, it's something similar of the IBO. The IBO, it's the initial public offering when the company registered in the government and have the financial history and all of the details, and they want to give a stock for people, they go to the IPO, initial public offering. Now, with the cryptocurrency domain came in the picture, it's make a lot of people go out of the regulations. So I want to raise the money without back to the government. So I go with the ICO and make public crowdfunding for people based on tokens for these people for my project. And be careful about these projects, because most of these projects is scammed, because it's not failed under the regulations, but it is there. You will find some companies mention, come invest with me with a small amount of Bitcoin or other cryptocurrency, Ethereum or anything, and I will give you tokens called, let's say I create a token called Rami coin. So it is Rami coin. You will take like in one Ethereum, I will give you like 10,000 coin. And in the future, I have a roadmap that this coin will reach up to millions of dollars. So you can reinverse it. But this is something is not guaranteed, because they are selling something like it's like dust, something you cannot catch it. As of now, we do have almost like 3,000 plus cryptocurrency came from the ICOs. Most of them is scams, so be careful about this itself. Open banking, which is the again, it's the emerging idea of the financial service, okay, which is make anyone to integrate with existing system using specific APIs, okay. So I am a bank, I want to enhance my systems. I just find the proper APIs with the proper application in the FinTech and integrate with them and utilize these type of service that they are offering. And I don't need to build application myself. Robo-advisor, I already explained what is the roulette and how it will replace the financial advisory person or position itself. Unbank or underbank itself, that many of countries in Asia or Africa, they don't have banking, or people, they have their money in the home, they don't save it in the bank. So there is a new technology came, part of the fintech, can support these people utilizing mobile application, their mobile SIM card, in order to save this money within their country or any other way within this one. Financial inclusions also refer to the solution that help and support alternative to the low-income people. So I can support these poor people in order to give them like access to some financial service. They can use it, or they can take donations from that part, or and it depend on the market that they are using it and develop it. And all of these fall under the smart contract. Smart contract, it is like normal contract that, as you can see the picture, this is a normal contract. You need a paper, you need to sign it, read the term and conditions, and that's it. And you save it in the database. Smart contract is a programming language. It's written based on the input and details. You put your condition, you put your information, the regulator put the information, everything online. It's written with a specific programming language, and it's run within a blockchain technology itself. So it cannot be changed. Once it's done, it cannot be changed, and it cannot be tampered and manipulated itself. Okay, I just want to jump very fast in the common characteristics of the any startups into the fintech domain. They are always a small management team. Okay, and 2 or 3 persons. They have very limited credit and startup experience. Also, some of them, they came from insurance industry, finance industry, banking industry, because they know that this domain have a problem, and I can sort it with an idea. But I need a programmer to develop this platform and put it within the fintech startup itself. So this is the idea of most of the startup idea. And they be able to, let's say, what is mentioned, predict the future, or they can change the industry itself. And this is exactly what happened. Again, we mentioned many times Uber, how they changed the taxi industry, the e-commerce part, the PayPal, how they changed the borrowing or the in-middle transaction, everything about this one. And mainly they rely on investors in order to establish the operation themselves. So once they have at least the prototype, or what they are calling it in the startup, the MVP, the minimum available proposition itself, the investor, they will give them the investment, and they will take shares from their company and start running the operation and establish the operation by hiring people, make it officials, and all of these. And they will face also a problem in the compliance and regulation, because this idea came from, let's say, insurance or from finance, and I have idea, very genius idea or innovative idea that can change the way of transactions between bank systems or something. So there is no regulations for that one. So definitely you need to have interaction between the regulators and yourself in order to make the execution of your program very easy, or you can make it publicly for everyone, and whatever the country they want to adapt it, they will change the regulation based on it. The same example is Uber. Some countries, they was not accepting people who have multiple work to work like freelance and sit in the using their cars and running a taxi business model with that flexibility. So with these people, faced a lot of problem with the regulations, with the compliance. But with the time, يعني they خلاص the law is being changed based on that one. But other countries like France, they was making a very big problem for these people. Even for Jordan at the beginning, they was facing really big fines. But when the company over, they go and make a deal with the government, they change the compliance and the regulations over there. And they put conditions and they take some type of shares between them. The importance of cybersecurity in this domain is very important because, as you can see, it's touched many area of the customer, partners, regulators, implementers, even the data itself for that. So the cybersecurity is a major part that need to be considered because there is a data, personal information, also integrated data, transactions, securing the transaction, the privacy itself, the privacy of the data. Let's say I give you an access to check my credit history, but at the end you will not get a full report from which other banks I get a loan, how much these loans, all of these details. You will not get this access. You will get only access to statistics that yes, you get in this day, this period of time a loan without going to the information about it, and you pay it successfully without any delay, without any problems. So this type of validation of the information. So your privacy of still maintained. Let's say I want to register today. We have in UAE, and it is the country of innovations actually. We have the UAE Pass, which is the identity that you go and register your Emirates ID, your passport, your fingerprint, your everything. And now with any other application in the country, you will be able to use only one username and password within this application. Why? It make a centralized identity. It saves the data privacy. If I am a bank, I want to open a bank account, or I want to pay a bill for myself, or I want to take a vaccinations from the Ministry of Health of Abu Dhabi. I'm living in Dubai. So they make a centralized identity for the resident and the local people in order to control this type of data privacy. If application asks me about Emirates ID, they will not take a copy from the whole Emirates ID. They will go to this application and only take the identification that they needed, maybe the number and the expiry date. That's it. All of this information. So they maintain the privacy, they maintain the information that we have it. I don't need to give a copy of my passport with Emirates ID, all of this information to the whole institute, financial institute or billing company that they want to use myself. Finally, regulation challenges, laws, rules, regulations, compliance need to be run and comply with your startup of the FinTech, because FinTech application in UAE is different on Europe. Even in Europe, it's different in UK, because UK is separate now in Europe, so there is a different regulations. You need to comply about this one. You need to find what is working and what is not working, what is there, what is not there, and make sure that you are within the compliance. Otherwise, you will be apply on very big fine like GDPR or any other regulations that is usually apply when you violate any country risk and information. So I hope this gives you a very good introduction about the FinTech and the use cases somehow. And it's very fast, I'm sorry, but the time is the factor. And if there is any questions, maybe we can start getting the questions.
Okay, Mr. Rami, thank you very much. Very informative and interesting topic. Thank you for your time. I know you are busy, always busy. So, in behalf on ADSM and Global Connection course, we would like to thank you. And I'm sure we will have you in the future, inshallah, the near future. I think we do have questions. So, any question? I think, Mitha? Any question, feedback, comment? Yeah, yeah, go on. Sorry, Mita, your voice is not clear, at least for me. Can you raise your voice?
Okay, is it clearer now?
يعني somehow.
Yeah, yes, a little bit. Yeah, you are talking from speaker or?
No, talking to my laptop. Is it clearer now?
It's for me, no.
Yeah, try to ask the questions. Maybe we can try to understand it.
على موضوع البلوك تشين. To know a little bit more about it. مرينا عليها بسرعة.
صحيح.
As a technology, what should we expect from it? What is it? How can we define it? How can we recognize it?
Okay, so the questions is about the blockchain technology, I believe, that we need to explain it more, how we can recognize it and how we can define it.
Can you just give us a small definition for blockchain, because we can't go into the details of every technology. I advise you to go and search about it, but can you just give us like a small definition if you can?
طيب, great. يعني mainly when I explain blockchain, I always ask people about their knowledge of the normal database. Normal database is something have a table, have the customer details, and it is saved with a centralized location. Okay, and all this information, when you go to the website, you fill your information about as a user, create your user, everything. It's go to the centralized database. Now, this is a traditional model that every single system have it. Some companies, they make redundancy, replicate for this database in order to make sure if a server be failed, the other one will recover. But with the experience and with the time, we saw that still there is a problem in cybersecurity terminology, that it might be attacked, it might be encrypted from the ransomwares or any type of problems, or maybe wiped from the problems over there. So the blockchain, the creator of the blockchain, his name is Satoshi Nakamoto, and in his white paper mentioned that we don't want to keep relying on a central database or single point of failure. We need to go out of the box, and we need to start divide the data to, or make replication of the data in multiple nodes over the internet or over the cloud or over the network. So if any database being failed, still there is a copy replicated over there. Now the attacker, if you want to change any single record in one node, he need to take approval from all of these nodes. Let's say I have 1,000 nodes. Okay, he need to get a confirmation about a specific code or record inserted inside the code. This is how blockchain is working. Blockchain is a decentralized. It's not within a centralized location. It is encrypted. It have a public-private key. It have anonymous identity. There is no something called name, Rami, Ahmad, anything. No, it's give you numbers with codes to preserve your identity, but it linked you to this record, and it cannot be changed. until you give the authority, the control for that. And it's used in many use cases. It's not only used in the financial service, like everyone know that it's coming for the banking. It's coming for cryptocurrency only. No. Anything today you imagine, it can work out there. Let's give you, because we are in education, let's give you in the education example. Today, your university degree, okay, it's coming from your department, okay, Dr. Summer writing it, put it in the Excel sheet or whatever the way. They send it to the other people or higher level people who issue the certificate and put it on the paper and everything. Now, when you send this email or put it in the Excel sheet and you put it in a server or you send it by email, there is a possibility that someone can attack your email and change the record or play in this record. So in blockchain, no, this is not possible. Once you create the record as a doctor, and this is the transcript, everything, it will be saved in a record. No one can play or change it. Plus, today I take my MBA certificate from this university. I go to the employer and I give him a copy of paper. Paper, it can be tampered or manipulated. I can put anything. I can do Photoshop, anything. And we have a lot of use cases in the region about finding people who have not legitimate certificate. Okay, now the added value here, if all university apply the blockchain system, there is a verification area. And when you go to your employers who want to hire you, you give him a code. And he will go to the website and put this code. So you put this code only in your CV as a reference. And the website. He will go to the website of University of Abu Dhabi School of Management. Okay, and there is a verification code. They will put it. They will find your name, your transcript, your certificate, everything about your certificate. Who can manipulate? Who can change? No one can change it. Who can access this? It can be accessed based on specific time, based on, let's say, specific permission. So you can imagine. In the healthcare, you can do the same. In the police records, in the country record, and everywhere, airport, into the any use case can be applied to the blockchain. And this is the good thing, that it is a very strong, encrypted, decentralized, transparent technology. So I hope.
So Mr. Rami, the customer now or the person مثلا he no longer need to save documents. All documents are saved in a specific database, and everyone can share it. Everyone who has blockchain technology can share this information. So health system, education, finance, so all of them, they can connect to my data, but I will give them the permission to access according to the code that you are talking about, right?
100% correctly. Which is,
very nice.
The same case. Today, when you open a bank account in a bank, they ask many of record, your certificate, your salary certificate, your passport, your ID, and you can imagine all of this information, they scan it and put it in an unsecure way. So what's happening, that the central bank will create a system that you will put only your salary certificate from your employer, not from you, because you can bring a paper and you write, I have 100,000 dirham, and it's not very fair. Yeah, and you can give it to the bank and give you 10 times of your salary, which is not correct. So this certificate will go to the central bank from your employer as a request. And your passport will be to the central bank, and your identity. Now, you go to HSBC, you go to Emirates NBD, they ask you, we need a copy of your salary certificate, your passport, your everything. Okay, I give you this code for 3 days. Go and put it in the central bank and retrieve the record of the passport number only, not the copy itself, specific record itself. The same in the healthcare, the same in the others, and so on. So this is how you give a permission for a specific period of time for specific people to show this record, and this record cannot be changed by anyone, by any mean itself.
Yeah, okay. Is it clear, Mita?
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Any other questions? By the way, for the first in-class assessment, if you want to include any new technology that is discussed today, we didn't mention it in the assessment itself, so feel free to include any new technology that's not mentioned. So if you don't have any question or feedback, thank you very much. Hope you enjoy 4 days classes, and thank you, Mr. Rami, for your time and for the valuable information that you gave us. We will have you for certain near future, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you so much for your time and
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.